Well, without any further ado, my name is Aminu. I'm one of your co-hosts, and today I have my other half, which is the bread to my butter, Farouk. Farouk, what's up? How you doing?
Doing great, man. What's up, guys? Welcome again.
Okay, okay, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are trying something new here, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of topics, and well, this is one of the reasons why I say we are not professional because I forgot to put the intro graphic and intro graphic coming in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, Africans!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, today we would be talking about a couple of things. First of all, we cannot be calling ourselves the African fighters from Nigeria if we do not talk about the tremendous leap that MMA just had this past weekend, or should I say just yesterday, in the event of Kamaru Usman coming together with some of his partners, which we don't really know who they are, but they put up an amazing show, which is the AKO Face-Off Fight Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an event that had four bouts in it, four fights in it. In the main card, there was no undercard at all, and it was a very packed arena, I should say, or packed show. A lot of people had fun. There was a little bit of everything. There was a knockout win, not really a submission win. There were TKOs. There was a knockout, the main event, and there was actually a fight that got to the final round, which is quite interesting. And we'll get into all of that. So, Farouk, in general terms, how would you say was the show in general before we get into the nitty bitty, if you understand what I mean? So, Farouk, what do you think about the show?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the show was fantastic. They did a great job, especially putting this together in a short time. I don't know how long they've been working on this. Maybe let's say 5 or 6 months. So AKO already did an event last year. They did an MMA show, reality TV show, and it was okay, but not as good as this time around. So partnering with Usman, I think made the whole team better. They put up five good fights, and what I'm more impressed about is or I'm most impressed about the whole event is the way they scout for fighters. They look for the top guys in Nigeria. They didn't just bring any type of fighters. They brought guys who graduated from their reality TV show and those who are pro in MMA in Nigeria. So they put up a good performance and they gave a good account of themselves. That's what I would say.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. So, but Farouk, my question now is, if you look at the show at large, well, there
Mm.
was a show that they did, which is the reality show they did sometime last year, or maybe more than a year ago, the season one. So, what would you say are the major improvements from that production of AKO, the season one, to this AKO Face Off Fight Night?
The whole the maturity of the fighters as well. The commentary as well is far improved. The commentary was done by Oki Bakasi, I think last time. Was the guy leading the commentary. And something that is new the first time in Nigeria. Okay, did okay. I'll not say he did badly. He knows MMA, he knows combat sport, but not very, very technically sound when it comes to commentary. But these guys this time around, I think there's a foreign guy, and there are two commentators. I think a lady even joined him along the line. They are our own Megan Olivi. So it was good. It was good. They did a very good job. I'll say commentary is far better. Even the production is far better. Everything about the whole show is like, how will I put it? Like if the last show was good, this is kind of excellent. That's how I put it. Times two.
Okay, so well, answering that question,
Before I progress, sorry,
uh-huh.
I'm trying to. I still have like two people here. I think we just give them a shout out since our first time. I don't know if you can see them on the screen. We have some guys here, Oyenuga and Diego. So
Okay.
welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us. This is our first live stream. So happy to have you guys here with us.
All right, cheers, Farouk. Please, would you do me the favor of keeping an eye out on the chat because I'm a bit busy with the production, guys. We are amateurs. I'm sorry about that. So, so well, uh, before I talk about the fights in the main card, I would want to mention or just piggyback on what you said about the commentary. Honestly, when I tried to watch the AKO season 1 and Oke Bakassi, he was alone on the broadcast, and
Mm.
I think his commentary was like recorded after the fight. So he probably had some script that he was writing, and he kind of did not understand the technical terms of like the whole grappling, changing of switching positions, and striking as a whole. But these guys that were on commentary, I actually did a bit of a digging, and I noticed that the foreign guy is a Muay Thai fighter, and I could tell when he was talking about inside leg kicks, outside leg kicks, and all of that, he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, which I found very interesting. I even looked at his Instagram. He's been in Nigeria for a while, so maybe he's one of us as well. But anyways, that's one of the things that I was very very pleased about the commentary. It was a very very because one thing about commentary is it makes the fans smarter. Nigerians are not very MMA smart. We are casuals, me and you. Right? So Nigerians are not
Yeah.
very MMA smart, and commentary it actually when the color commentator or a what's it called? There's the other name, color commentator, and I've forgotten what the other thingy is. But when they explain what's going on, and the fighters and the fans are watching, they become more smart about the sport, understanding what is going on. Because when takedowns happen and when they are switching positions, just like Cornell was on top. Because I've been watching MMA, hearing commentators talking about switching positions and maybe getting an armbar or triangle from Mount. I was expecting him to do something like that. You understand? When
Yeah,
when
I know.
when
Same
Con-
here.
yeah, when Cornell took somebody down, I'll be expecting, okay, now you can maybe twist your hip and maybe push his hips away. Looking for those, obviously, it's easy for me to say those fighters as well. They already know these things. Let me just stop rambling like that. But yeah, the commentary, honestly, I cannot say enough of how happy I was about that. And another thing I will talk about is the production. The production, it seems like when the event started, they were not really prepared, but like halfway, like two fights deep, they kind of got everything in place.
I think after the first fight, we're good to go.
Yeah,
The
the
first fight
audio
was kind
was,
of
yeah,
shaky and all the years.
the
But
audio was
let's
all
give
around
them
the
credit
place.
for let's give them credit for the flow of the event.
Mm,
You know, a typical Nigerian event without the audience, there's that kind of a slow programming after the first fight. Oh, let's wait for people to come in.
mm.
But this fight were going according to schedule. Like you after the first fight, you wait for about 5 to 10 minutes. Already we're talking about the second fight, the fighters so I'm working in, the ring work and all that, all the stage work. So
Yes,
it was
yes,
kind of the flow was good. They didn't waste
yeah,
our time. So
yeah. So the
kind of
thing
I
is,
enjoyed
the
that part
thing
as
is,
well.
it was also on STV. Is I think that Silverbird. So obviously they
Right.
would have to respect time because it was also on live broadcast on TV. So there is
Sure,
also
okay.
that.
Cool.
And me and you, when we were watching, we were chatting. When we were watching the fight, we were talking about how empty the venue is. Apparently, Nigerians were being Nigerians, and they did not show up to the to the fight on time.
Event.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we continue, I have another question. Basically, we're
Mhm.
continuing. I'm asking another question. I'm sorry, guys, for the botch. Which fight was your favorite fight in the whole card?
I would say the co-main event. The, mm, everybody would like the main event. You get
Mhm,
based on the knockout, less
mhm,
than 2 minutes, classical knockout. The Nigerian guy defeated the Togolese guy,
mhm.
Big Shark. So we all know Big Shark. So those who like KO will go for that fight, but I'll go for the light heavyweight fight, the heavyweight fight, Onoja and Richard Muzan.
Mm.
That fight was a classical fight. Although in a way, again, it kind of looked boring when Richard was running away from Onoja in the third round, wasn't engaging and all that. I think he was paying Omonoja so much respect because Onoja is like a legend in Nigeria. He's even a coach. He's the one coaching most of these guys.
Mm.
So he has been in MMA space for a long time. So Richard was kind of giving that respect, but I would say Richard also gave a good account of himself.
Mhm.
Being his first MMA pro fight, the guy did very well because at some point in time, Onoja was even being scared to engage. but it's a classical kickboxing affair with some good
Okay.
takedowns as well. So I would say that was my favorite, and that's from the whole card for
Okay,
the whole
okay,
fight.
okay. Well, honestly, I was not too. Sorry, guys. Let me switch to my camera. Here we go. So, I was not too impressed with the Onoja fight, mostly
Okay.
because one fighter was running away the whole time. Uh, in my head, I was thinking, what do they do to prevent this from happening again? Then I remembered I've seen one of this before with the bare knuckle guys, where some people will be afraid of damage and be running away from the whole fight. You understand? And that fighter, I remember that fighter, he got caught, like his pay was cut because he was not trying to engage, which was annoyingly what was happening when Richard and Onoja were fighting. Richard was
Mm-hmm.
literally did not want to engage. He only engaged when
But
Onoja maybe cuts the
but
cage.
but let's be honest. Don't you think it's a tactical approach? Because anytime Onoja come close or engage, Richard was clipping him all the time. So Richard was playing a defensive approach for that fight. So you cannot blame one fighter for not engaging. If the other guy is running away, go get him, take
He
him down or
was
do something. Easy did the same thing against you, Romero. So let's not make it look like it's something strange. Easy
no,
was
no,
running
no,
from
no.
you
It's
throughout the
not the
fight.
same. It's not the same.
So
It's not the same. You can
okay,
clearly see
okay.
that Richard was running away, bro.
He
He did
was.
not have any intention. He
I agree
literally
with
had
you. I agree.
he I understand it's a strategy, right? To fight from the
Mm-hmm,
outside. You understand
mm-hmm.
how fighting from the outside means. It literally means that you stay outside the pocket, throw jabs, go back outside,
Mm.
enter, throw jabs, but not in the case that
But
this one fighter is chasing you and then you are running the other direction. Do you
oh, okay,
understand?
I get your point.
So
True. So yeah, to some extent, I get what you're saying. But yeah, so if I'm not going for that fight, let's say the next best fight is going to be
I'm not saying your
Cornell.
oh, no, no, no. I'm not saying your choice is wrong. I'm just saying
Yeah, I know.
why I don't like
For
it.
me,
Yeah.
yeah, for me the next best fight is going to be Cornell and the other guy, Black Panther. I can't remember the name at the moment from my head. What is the name again of this guy? His name is also Richard as well. Richard Onem. Richard
Mm,
Onem, that's his name. Also
mm.
Black Panther. That's his name. His nickname is Black Panther. So that fight was also good. I know I told you even before now. Like Rich, I said Cornell Thompson, Big Shaq. These are the guys that are like the top guys in MMA in Nigeria. If you even look at their CV, their record, I think Cornell Thompson is 4-2 now, 4-2 record. Same with Big Shaq as well, 4-2 record. So they've been able to compete in 6 good MMA fights in Nigeria. So you could tell from the fight that these guys are well experienced, they were confident, they know what they're coming in for. They were there to impress Kamaru Usman. So and not only Usman, even Bonner Boy. What I love about the end of the fight main event is where Big Shaq went towards Bonner Boy and was, I don't know what he was saying exactly. So Bonner Boy stand on and they started applauding the guy. So I'm like, okay, this guy is here to actually impress
Yo, he got a million naira.
in all.
He
Yeah,
got a
got a
million
million
naira
naira.
in
Yeah,
cash.
got a million
Farouk, can
naira.
you please
Yeah.
reduce the volume of? Is it the YouTube there?
No, no,
I can
no.
hear
Maybe
my
from my
voice in
side,
the
right?
background. Are you? Oh, okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So, yeah,
Maybe the volume is high. Yeah. Turn
Big
that down a
Shaq,
little bit.
Big Shaq was the guy that won the main event, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Big
so
Shot.
Big Shaq he got a million naira. I saw it somewhere in social media where they actually dropped the money in cash. So
Mm.
what kudos to him. I hope some of the fighters at the back also get some of that bread. Anyway, so with that being
I
said,
think they will. I think they will. The pay will be good for them. I think so. Also, with Usman being there and with the whole sponsors and everything, I think they are going to pay them well. Yeah, I feel so.
okay.
So let's come back this way now. What is your whole rating? If not say much about what you think you like, you just talk about the commentary, production. What about the fighters' experience? What about the fighters' delivery? What do you think about
Okay,
their performance?
okay.
Yeah.
I would tell you that when you, I will tell you the fighter that impressed me the most. Okay,
Mm.
the fighter that impressed me the most was Cornell. Right? They call him the
Mm.
Marine boxer. That guy
Yeah.
was the only guy that I saw because okay, Big Shaq did not have enough time. He finished his fight in the first round. Cornell took it to the third round, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Cornell, his wrestling, he sort of has this Dagestani wrestling style, and I can see the striking too. He wasn't left behind. The only thing, the only thing I saw some careless head kicks, but in the grand scheme of the whole event, I was most fascinated by the talent, the technical abilities of Cornell. I believe that's not his real name, right? His real name is
That's
Thomas.
his name. Yeah. Some
Yeah,
what?
Thomas or
That's not his real
Thompson.
name. You think?
Yeah. I think
Okay, Thompson is his name.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So anyway,
Thompson is
so
his name.
I was most impressed by Cornell. Honestly, that guy, if among the whole fight, because I've not seen enough of Big Shark, I would say he's the guy that I would say carry the banner, go outside there and face whatever challenges.
True.
Because
I agree with you. I agree
in
with you
the
as
end
well.
is in the end is the wrestling that is most of the champions in the UFC right now are wrestlers. So his wrestling is going
Yeah,
to. I was very impressed,
and
honestly. Although I did not see, anyways, no negatives here. So
and
that's the fighter that
for
impressed
me,
me
it's
the
going to be
most.
Big Shaq and Cornell. And I don't know if you remember, Big Shaq knocked out Cornell at the AKO tournaments last year, reality TV show. So Big Shaq
Ah,
is like a knockout artist. The guy knows what he's coming for. Even at the
ah.
fight against Indidi in the final, he was going for a knockout. He wanted to knock out
Yeah,
Indidi,
yeah.
but
Ndidi
he could not get
was
that knockout. So
grappling, yeah.
grappling. So
Mm,
Cornell, why I agree with you again on Cornell is that Cornell is like the guy with he has experienced MMA in Nigeria as a whole from different angles. He has
mm,
competed at PFC,
mm,
competed at OFU,
mm,
AKO. So the guy has adapted so well that he can go anywhere now, like you said. South
mm.
Africa, UAE, even US. I don't know if there's any top promotion that maybe LFA or something. I think Cornell is that guy that can go in there and be himself,
I have so many
not
questions
feeling scared or
about.
anything.
Sorry
Hmm.
to cut you off. I have so many questions
No
about
problem.
our fighters getting to our own African UFC, which is EFC basically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is it that there is no proper synergy between the management of the fighters in Nigeria and the management over there at EFC, or is there something more than what we don't know?
I'm happy you brought this topic up, but I think this should be another topic for another day, talking about management. We're into management ourselves. What I
Uh,
realized from conversation I've had with these guys is that most of these guys are self-managing their career.
mm,
They're on their own. They just look for referrals.
mm.
They are kind of a bit somehow selfish as well. Somehow they're also kind of being scared as well. They don't want to be trapped into a contract that they cannot go out of.
They are afraid
They
of the
don't want somebody
Nigerian
to control
factor,
their
innit?
future. Nigerian factor. So
Mm.
they're supposed to also look at the element of trust as
Okay,
well.
okay, Farouk, sorry to
Try to
cut
see
you
how
off.
they move
Sorry to
forward.
cut you
Yeah.
off. I think you brought a good point. We are moving away from the conversation of
Okay.
of AKO. So
So
yeah.
I really
Before we leave
okay.
this topic, I'm just going to talk
Hmm.
about Kamaru Usman's influence. Did you
Okay.
feel Kamaru Usman's influence, and how do you see him being part of this event moving forward?
I think Usman really influenced the event in a positive way.
Mm,
His involvement, the way they come up with this event in a short time, because after the reality TV show, to be
mm-hmm,
honest, I started in somewhere in my mind, I started thinking AKO is like one and done event. Nothing will come out from them again because it took them a whole year. For whole 2021, no event, no single event.
mm,
So these guys, they got from the event. Luckily, thank God we're coming up with Usman. They brought back these guys to this fight night. So I would say
mm,
in a way, kind of bringing that talent, those talent they discover, because in reality they actually discover the life of Big Shaq,
mm,
the life of Cornell Thompson. We never knew about them until
mm,
AKO.
mm.
So I would say they did a good job, but Usman come in, make this whole thing look faster, draw more publicity to the event. Usman bringing his friends. Without Usman, maybe we'll not be able to have the life of Bonner Boy and Code here. I don't know. They have the money to bring Bonner Boy. Don't get me wrong, but Usman also brought some friends and all that. So I think that partnership, there's something about partnership that when you are alone, you will not be as successful as when you are two. I'll use both of us as example. If I'm alone running this platform, we will not be where we are today.
Mm,
But with you, the production guy, with me, so we combine knowledge together. So I think there's going to definitely be um, significant progress. My own worry is that I don't know how consistent they are going to be. Are we going to see a fight night like 2, 3 fight night every year? You get, is it going to be once in a year event?
mm,
This is the question. I'm trying to get a quote from Usman. on Instagram, which he posted today, where he was talking about carrying on this event going forward. So let me try to see if I can get the codes. So this is the code. This is not a one and done. This is a start of something beautiful. We thank everyone for coming out. We appreciate the love and support, Kamaru Usman. So I'm really, really impressed with Usman being involved. I wish we can have Life of Easy as well, but let's see what happens in the long run. But I think with Usman's involvement, Usman is also seeing what other fighters are doing across the globe.
Okay.
Ngannou's foundation. So Usman is someone who is passionate about Nigeria. I want to see that he bring back to our people and help grow the culture, the sports in Nigeria. So
all right. Thank you very much.
Face-Off Fight Night too. Yeah.
So before we go, I would just like to give some love to Jude Ezugu, the Hurricane, where he won his fight against Richard Chidi, the one that you were talking about. What's his nickname? That is Resident Ninja. I think he's one of I think he's one of those fighters out of Abuja, right?
Yeah, out of Abuja. The gym in Abuja.
Yeah. So this fight in the first round, it looked like the Resident Ninja had everything in control. He brought Nzugu down, but in the second round, my guy was gassed out. He couldn't move at all. So I think his tank was the letdown. Boy, he was very, very, very good in the first round. He stuck to his game plan, which was taking the fight to the ground, and he did some ground and pound. I think in some probably some UFC fights, if it was a UFC fight, it would have probably been stopped at the first round. But anyways, shout out to Jude Ezugu for coming back and winning that fight. So I think that's enough for the African fighters now. And
so finally, the rating. I think I'll rate them 7.5 over 10.
Oh, sorry
overall.
about that.
So what is your rating?
Honestly, I haven't sat down and I haven't thought about it, but due to the fact that this is a nudge to a very positive direction when it comes to MMA, the skill level of the fighters, like putting more eyes out there, most especially because of the free stream, the production wasn't all that though, but I'll give it 8 out of 10. But the second event, if they ever have a fight night again, I'll probably be more. I would not be as lenient as I am now. So there you have it.
Okay.
All right. I'll just.
Thank you guys for supporting the African fighters. Please click on the subscribe button, so that you'll be informed whenever we post a video. And also show us support. Take us to 1,000 subscribers. We really appreciate all the support, all the love. Thank you.
Come on, Africans!